What does it take to turn regular season brilliance into playoff legend? That's the question echoing throughout Toronto as the Maple Leafs, fueled by their deepest postseason run in decades, stand on the brink of something historic. Toronto is buzzing with hope, but it's also holding its breath, because once again, the team's brightest star, Auston Matthews, finds himself at the center of the storm. As the Leafs battle the Florida Panthers in a nail-biting second round series, tied at 2 games apiece, the city's eyes are fixed on Matthews, the sharpshooter who's redefined goal-scoring in the regular season but faces familiar demons in the playoffs. Can Toronto's highest-paid player finally deliver when it matters most? Or will another spring of what-ifs haunt this hockey-crazed fan base? Tonight, we pull back the curtain on Matthews' postseason plight, explore why this year feels different, and ask what's really at stake for one of hockey's most polarizing superstars. The regular season machine? Matthews' unmatched scoring prowess night after night? Auston Matthews is a marvel on the NHL stage. His numbers are staggering. 401 goals in 629 games, a rare breed of power, accuracy, and clutch shooting. He's widely seen as the league's top sniper, boasting a career average of 0.64 goals per game in the regular season. Matthews is more than his goal totals. He's a driving force behind Toronto's explosive offense, an ambassador for the game in a hockey-mad market, and a perennial contender for the Rocket Richard Trophy. His rise has been a beacon of hope for a franchise desperate to shed decades of near misses and heartbreak. But as another spring unfolds, a familiar question lingers. Can Matthews transfer that electric scoring touch to the sport's ultimate stage, playoff numbers? That tell a different story, Matthews' postseason resume, while respectable by most measures, draws scrutiny for a player of his pedigree. Across 65 career playoff games, he's tallied 25 goals, just under 0.4 goals per game, a significant drop from his regular season pace. And during these playoffs, that trend has sharpened. Only 2 goals in 10 appearances, despite recording 8 assists. Critics say the playoff production gap is more than a statistical quirk. It's the missing piece in Matthews' claim to NHL royalty. When every miss is magnified and every opportunity razor-thin, fans and analysts alike want to see their franchise centerpiece rise to the occasion, not fade from the scoresheet. What Matthews actually brings, the two-way superstar to judge Matthews solely by goals, is to miss the complexities of his game. Unlike many classic scorers, he's a complete 200-foot player. He uses his imposing 6'3" frame not just to fire pucks past goalies, but to create space for his linemates, disrupt the opposition, and excel in the defensive zone, a rare trait for high-end offensive talents. Coaches praise Matthews for his relentless effort, responsible play without the puck, and physical edge. These contributions don't always show up on the stat sheet, but they're vital to Toronto's structure. Still, in the postseason, the spotlight tightens, and for a $13.25 million cap hit, fans expect tangible, highlight reel results when it counts most. The contract dilemma, assets and expectations, Matthews' mega contract, while justified by his talent, has rippling effects on the Leafs' ability to strengthen their roster. In the playoffs, salary cap restrictions technically vanish, but earlier financial decisions shape the depth around the core. By allocating such a large share of their budget to Matthews, Toronto has been forced to make tough choices elsewhere, sometimes sacrificing depth or secondary scoring that could have proven invaluable during playoff slogs. The pressure on their centerpiece, therefore, isn't just about production, but also about justifying a payroll structured with one superstar in mind. This year's Leafs, breakthrough, or more of the same, Vision 24-25 has felt different. The Leafs have pushed into unfamiliar playoff territory, with a real shot at their first Eastern Conference Finals since 2002. These 2 wins in the second round are already a personal and organizational best in the Auston Matthews era. That said, the drive for more is relentless. A cup-starved city doesn't celebrate moral victories. In Toronto's surge owes much to others stepping up. William Nylander, 15 points in 10 games. The offensive workhorse Matthew Knees, emerging young talent with 5 crucial goals. While these breakout performances have fueled hope, the reality persists. Toronto's path through the gauntlet won't get any easier. For the Leafs to finally shake off their underdog label and achieve destiny, they need their superstars' stick to ignite. What's holding Matthews back? Injuries, pressure, or something more? Rumours swirl that Matthews may be playing through injury, a common tale during the grind of NHL playoff wars. Almost nobody is at 100% in May, and elite athletes are masters at hiding pain. But for some observers, this year's struggles fit a larger narrative. That Matthews, for all his gifts, hasn't quite found his playoff rhythm. Some point to his heavy defensive workload and increased physical demands as reasons for fewer scoring chances. Others blame the suffocating attention from opposition defenses, or even the weight of expectations in one of hockey's toughest markets. What's undeniable is that other legends, from McDavid to Crosby to Kucherov, have learned to seize the moment, to own the chaos and carry their teams on their backs. Matthews' playoff journey will remain under the microscope until he cracks the code. Is this the year? Matthews changes the narrative. Toronto's fate feels inseparable from Matthews' ability to break through. The Leafs simply won't win the Stanley Cup with their main man on the margins. In the games that matter most, teams need their stars to deliver magic. Those iconic, unforgettable moments etched into hockey history. With the Panthers series hanging in the balance and an entire city watching, the next chapter is unwritten. Matthews now faces the greatest challenge of his career. Will he continue the trend or finally rise above the pressure and carry Toronto where it hasn't been in a generation? Matthews' moment arrives, time to step into immortality. The playoffs are where players earn their legends and where excuses are quickly forgotten. For Auston Matthews, the time is now. Can he elevate his game and break the Maple Leafs' decades-long curse? Or will the shadows of playoff disappointment deepen once more? Leafs fans, what's your take? Will Matthews finally deliver the heroics this city craves, or do you fear this could become another case of heartbreak? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get the debate going. And if you enjoyed this in-depth take, please remember to hit the like button. It really helps us grow and brings you the coverage that hockey deserves. Stay tuned. Every period, every shift, every goal matters from here on out.